The Nigerian economy must emphasize innovation regardless of gender to live up to its potential as a global giant. In 2018, women made up less than one quarter of entrepreneurs within the formal sector. Until today, women remain an untapped economic resource. Now, it is important to note that an invisible wall exists between women entrepreneurs and funding opportunities. In fact, this wall is one of the major causes of gender disparity we observe amongst Nigerian entrepreneurs. In present-day Nigeria, approximately 40% of women are entrepreneurs, one of the highest rates in the world. However, while women own nearly 50% of micro-businesses in the informal sector of the economy, they only own 20% of businesses in the formal sector. Businesses in the informal sector, the so-called low-value enterprises, are often necessity-driven, born from a lack of access to high-quality jobs or alternative sources of income. These informal sector entrepreneurs are the roasted corn and banana sellers who peddle their wares at street corners and slow-moving traffic. High-value businesses in the formal sector, on the other hand, are information technology startups, fashion houses, and financial service companies. These formal SMEs are opportunity-driven. They provide highly paid services and display remarkable innovation. They are also predominantly male-owned. According to the founder of Mobi Health, Dr. Fumi Adewara, it is 6 times harder to secure funding than it is for our male counterparts due to cultural and societal barriers that limit a woman's access to financial capital. And this, she stresses, is despite research showing that women deliver more revenue growth, financial efficiency, and value in long term than male-led businesses. If you've ever wondered about the gender gaps in entrepreneurship, a large cause of it is the lack of funding. It's difficult for women entrepreneurs to access funding for their businesses. Here are some of the main reasons why women entrepreneurs in Nigeria struggle to fund their startup. Investors tend to support their people. For any startup, male or female owned, it is a tough world out there. Nigerian investors and venture capitalists are notoriously risk averse, and many small business owners who apply for loans are unsuccessful, according to a report by TechPoint. However, it is a well-known fact that investors tend to support people with whom they already have some kind of relationship with. These are usually people with whom they have done businesses in the past, friends from universities, colleges of old colleagues, or friends and families. In order to avoid risk, investors throw in their weight behind those who are most familiar. This is the catch-22. The vast majority of players in the Nigerian business and political spheres are male, which means that women will have a much harder time finding an in into the industry. This in turn means that the majority of players will remain male, and the cycle continues. One way to remedy the situation is to build a network of female investors who will support and invest in up-and-coming women entrepreneurs. These investors should offer educational workshops teaching women how to pitch and sell their ideas to increase their chances of finding sponsors. Also, an increased number of government grants for female business owners should be put in place. Another reason is deliberate bias. Nigerian society is liable to mindless adherence to gender roles. Men are perceived to be breadwinners and innovators, while women are expected to be subservient wives and mothers, responsible for household chores and childbearing. These ideas can have skewed venture capitalist decisions, inviting doubt to a woman's dedication to her business. Research published by scholars from Queensland University of Technology, Australia, and the University of Glamorgan, Wales, conducted through surveys and interviews, indicates that one of the greatest barriers between Nigerian women entrepreneurs and funding might be not being taken seriously by their male counterparts and society as a whole. Now let's talk about unintentional bias. This is another reason. As earlier explained, investors, like most human beings, are comfortable with the familiar. Due to a status quo that has maintained the male-dominated business world for centuries, the profile of a successful entrepreneur is exclusively male. In other words, when we hear the word entrepreneur, people picture a man, say Aliko Dangote or Mike Adenuga. Additionally, there is not enough representation of eventually women-owned businesses. This representation will challenge masculine norms. Given that many individuals harbor bias and adhere to societal norms, unconsciously or not, investors are most likely to doubt a woman's ability to lead a company. Now, all hope is not lost, however. We can all learn to leave our biases behind through self-education and challenging stereotypes. Government and organizations too could be pressed by consumers to support women with brilliant ideas if they want to continue receiving support. After all, discrimination does long-term damage to all of us. Also, an increased promotion of women who are in positions of leadership will go a long way toward changing antiquated mindsets. Next is internalized bias and self-fulfilling prophecies. Internalized bias is another insidious barrier between women entrepreneurs and funding. When the message one receives from her society about her ability to succeed is not positive, she might unwittingly self-sabotage. Due to a lack of confidence or a case of imposter syndrome, some female entrepreneurs seeking funding will hesitate to ask for exactly what they want, even though investors might be willing to give it to them. Furthermore, women who do not see a strong representation of female entrepreneurs in the media or in everyday life become uninspired to try their hands at entrepreneurship. One way to overcome this mental block is by seeking communities of business owned by women who can offer both the mentorship and inspiration women need to believe in themselves. In addition, one must always make a deliberate effort to ignore negative self-talk whenever it arises. This will help you avoid over-modesty and embrace ethical self-promotion. Now, let's look at the gender gap in education. International organizations like the International Monetary Fund (IMF), the Mercy Corps, and UNESCO have identified and documented gender gap in Nigerian education. The gender gap means that there is a large difference between the number of men and women pursuing tertiary education in the country. Additionally, there are gender disparities at the primary and secondary school levels. This varies regionally. These differences are the outcome of financial, traditional, and religious factors. Beyond the fact that education is a human right, an uneducated nation is always a poor nation. Aisha Abubakar, the Nigerian Ministry for Women Affairs and Social Development, was present at the Women Entrepreneurs Finance Initiative, Côte d'Ivoire, in 2019. She had this to say about the funding and land ownership. A lot of hand-holding needs to take place for women to access funding. We need to remove all the barriers. Women don't own land. Women don't own collateral. There is need to focus on their businesses and the development of it. In Nigeria, land ownership is a cultural thing more than a legal thing. Women do not own land or houses. It is changing though. Some women don't have the capacity to understand legal arrangements. They might not understand contracts with the bank, so they just sign contracts in order to get the money. It's only when they face problems that they are shown the small print. Now let's see. How is this education gap relevant? Banks often demand collateral in the form of property and land, which historically women have struggled to acquire or inherit. The gender gap in education then presents a subtle but harmful consequence when fewer women than men are able to develop innovative business ideas for the formal sector. And if they do, these women are most likely to fall into pitfalls for lack of collateral or funding documentation while trying to bring their ideas to life. Women still face hurdles and glass ceilings in the business world. One of these is the invisible wall between women entrepreneurs and funding, which inhibits financial and personal success. However, in recent years, there have been increased support for young Nigerian entrepreneurs across the board, regardless of gender. In 2019, the Global Entrepreneurship Index ranked Nigeria 92nd out of 137 countries, a notable upgrade from our previous ranking of 101 out of 137 in 2018. Furthermore, gender stereotypes in Nigeria seem to very slowly change, and it's more balanced and quietly emerging. In addition, specialized grants are available to Nigerian women entrepreneurs, provided by accelerator programs like Greenhouse Lab and She Leads Africa, among several others. Beyond these small changes, we all have a role to play in equalizing the opportunities for men and women entrepreneurs alike, especially if we hope to make way for a brighter, more formidable economy. What do you think about entrepreneurial women getting funding for their business? Do you have question or contribution? Do leave us a comment. Did you know that Entrepreneurs.ng offer a highly personalized one-on-one business consulting? With our Ask an Expert consulting service, you are sure to have lasting solutions for your business goals and help in maximizing your profit with proven strategies. Get in touch with us for more information. Would you like to give your business the opportunity to thrive? Do you want your business recognized on other platforms? Do you want to increase your visibility and turnover? Then you're in luck, because at Entrepreneurs.ng we advertise your business on our website with over 600,000 views daily, advertise on our social media platforms, press releases, email marketing, and more. Simply visit entrepreneurs.ng/advertise to get started. Over there, you get to download our rate card and peruse our different offerings. Does your business have a company profile yet? Control the narrative and perception of your brand. We have a team of storytellers that will tell your brand story like it is never been told. Also, we would love to create visibility for your business and put your brand on the world map. Right on our site and social media pages, we can profile your business. So contact us today to make your brand the preferred choice for our audience of entrepreneurs and global leaders. After you've checked out our list of best business books and found some great ideas, Entrepreneurs.ng can help to increase your visibility in the business world. Get in touch with us today to put your business on the world map. Visit entrepreneurs.ng/shop to get you one of our books. You can also use these links to access our services. To keep track of our services, follow us on social media pages. Dear entrepreneur, thank you for watching. Subscribe, peruse our channel for more information and educative videos. Bye-bye.